Welcome back to MotoMoku. This time, I'm not in the way. I am in Canada. During my trip in August and September, I decided to start my Canadian motorcycle journey. My goal to eventually get a full M license here and explore this country properly on two wheels. Today's video is all about that journey. However, after getting my M1 and completing my M2 training, I rented a bike on my UAE license and went around Ontario to experience riding in Canada. This was just the beginning. In the next 4 videos, I'll take you along my rides around Ontario, through valleys, along the Niagara River, and even through some hidden Canadian back roads. Stay tuned because the adventure is only getting started. Now let's get back to today's video about my experience of motorcycle license in Canada. The first step is the M1 license. It's a written test covering road rules, signs, and motorcycle-specific safety questions. Passing this gave me my Amber license, the official start of the journey. I took mine in Oakville and walked out with this, my M1 license. Step 1, complete. Before my training, I researched a lot online, and one of the most useful YouTube resources was the Traction Control Canada. Big thanks to them. I've used a few clips in this video to explain the licensing process and some of the evaluation criteria and tests. Their channel is linked below. Do check them out. To move towards M2, I joined a motorcycle safety course with an institute called Learning Curves. Big shout out to their fantastic instructors, highly skilled, patient, and very different from what I experienced in Dubai. Honestly, I thought I already knew most about riding a bike, but I quickly realized I was wrong. I will show you new things which I learned later in the video, and I'm very sure majority of you experienced riders might not know about them. But wait for that part later in the video. So day 1 of the training course was an in-class session for 3 hours, and they explained some basic safety licensing process. Day 2 and 3 are full day on bike training from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. I attended these sessions in Hamilton at Mohawk College. They have converted the huge parking lot at Mohawk College into a training area. Here I will show you how these instructors would first explain us what exercises or practices needs to be done. Then one of them will demonstrate it, and then we would get on our bikes and we would practice what they have just shown us. Here, watch some videos. First they explain us.
Turning your tire. Angling your bike means preparing a little bit, knowing, okay, I'm going to make.
Demonstrate us, and then we practice. That's how day 1 concluded. Day 2 was same. We were supposed to do practice in first half, and second half evaluation was supposed to be done. And here are my fellow trainees saying hello to all of you. Everyone say hello for my video.
Yo, what's up?
Hey.
Cool.
But lo and behold, it started raining. And hats off to Canadian culture. Rain or snow, their life continues. They don't stop anything. Here you can see, even during heavy rain, the instructors were giving us instructions for next lesson, and one of them was giving us a demo in heavy rain. So once rain was finished, they even used brooms to clear off loose gravel that had come into the parking lot just to ensure our safety. Excellent. After rain, we continued practicing, and they showed us what are the evaluation exercises. And next I'm going to show you those 6 exercises that these instructors evaluate, and if you pass, they issue you a certificate that you can use to get your M2 license. It's equivalent to taking a test directly with MTO Drive Center locations. But I thought this was a much more convenient, although it would cost me or anyone $600, but I think it was worth it. So the evaluation consists of 6 different tests, from control stops and sharp turns to hazard avoidance. Almost 90% of it resembled the training I did back in Dubai, but the difference here was the approach. Instead of simply coaching us to pass, these instructors focused on making us safe riders on Canadian roads. And I think that is the core difference. So this is the goal of the M2 test. 6 tech sections, and I'll show them one by one. This is the first one. Light turn and stop. You start from one end within a fixed time. You must reach the other end and stop within the box. And if you make any mistake, you keep getting demerit points. This is the second one, which is start and stop on a curve. Once again, it is also time bound. Then you have apex or cornering. You have to show at a specific speed. You turn on the bends, and then you have exercise 4, 5, and 6, which are emergency stop, and to, in case of emergencies, quickly swerve left or right. So these are those simple 6 tests, and you might realize if you have a license in Dubai, these are very much similar to what we see in Dubai as well. Now let me quickly go over some of the new things that I learned during this training. First of all is the lane position. This picture shows where you should be riding when you are on a motorcycle. You obviously don't ride in the center, you should ride away from the curve if you are in the rightmost lane. This is meant to block any vehicle from coming into your lane. If you are in the center lane, you should be riding on the left side of the lane, and if you are in the outermost lane, once again follow the same principle and you should be riding away from the curb. The reason is for that is how the vehicle's side view mirrors work. As you know, right side of every vehicle is a convex mirror which has a wider field of angle, whereas the left side has a very narrow field of angle. So this is the reason why bikers have to ride in specific areas of the lane so that they are visible to the cars in front. Another important thing that I learned was position of motorcycle on the intersection when you are stopping. So if you are turning right, this is how you should be stopping. You should always be already half turned, so in a diagonal position. That is meant to help you turn quickly instead of turning sharply or to your right. Whereas if you have to turn left, then you should not be in the left side of the lane. Instead, you should be in the center or slightly towards the right. The reason for that is to avoid any large vehicles which might be turning right on the intersection, as they might sometimes come into left part of your lane. So these are just two key things that I learned which I never knew before. Maybe it would help someone. So just as a quick comparison between motorcycle training in Canada versus Dubai, I would say the instructors here were more casual, approachable, and invested in ensuring we really understood road safety, not just ticking boxes for the exam. Finally, here are some videos of the final evaluation one by one. Just like in Dubai, you take one exercise and then the instructor would say whether this was good or somebody needed to repeat, else we would move on to the next one. The final evaluation overall was surprisingly relaxed, no stress like in Dubai. We all passed, and that moment of celebration really showed the Canadian spirit in this selfie video or whatever it's called. Finally, the test was concluded.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. We passed! Yeah!
So I've cleared the M1, completed my M2 safety course. Now I'm on track for my M license when I go to Canada again next year. Well, as I said, this was just the beginning. In the next 4 videos, I will take you along my rides around Ontario, as you see on the screen now, through valleys along the Niagara River and even through some hidden Canadian back roads. Stay tuned because the adventure is only getting started. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more MotoMoku adventures. See you next video about my Canadian rides. Thank you.